Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. There has been quite a few new 3.15 Evocati builds, so let us take a look at the latest progress. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members, in particular to James Lampman for becoming my latest channel member. It is all very much appreciated. So since my last 3.15 Evocati patch notes video, there has been about 6 or 7 more builds. We are now at 3.15J. Most of the previous builds were to tackle crashes and performance, whereas the last 2 or 3 builds, being like I and J, are more introducing some new interesting gameplay features. So today I'll just cover all the most recent builds to keep you all up to date with what is going on with Alpha 3.15 and the Evocati. So firstly, for the 3.15H build, this brought in some updated AI vendor behaviors and wildlines around the persistent universe, and further inventory performance improvements, mostly for when you're dragging and dropping items to equip. Also, filters should now persist, and a couple more things. There were 8 client crashes fixed and 4 server crashes fixed with the H build, and some player character networking optimizations to help reduce players sliding and teleporting while on foot. So some decent fixes there. Again, more of a consistency build, not so much exciting features. However, for 3.15I, this patch introduced the new Infiltrate and Defend missions for underground facilities, which have actually replaced the older missions and brought in several new underground facility locations. There are now 5 new missions available, each with lawful and unlawful variants, with some of them requiring a particular reputation level to get access to them. We have Eliminate Specific Target, and for this mission the player must, as you would expect, kill a specific target inside the underground facility, while other enemy AI will spawn at that location, but they won't necessarily have to be dealt with, you just have to eliminate that one target. Eliminate All, which again is very self-explanatory. Here the player must kill all the targets that spawn, and a counter will be displayed at the top center indicating the remaining targets when heading down the elevator. Eliminate Boss is a new one, and this one begins the same as Eliminate All, as the player must kill the beginning AI shown in the counter, but after that is done, a boss character with increased health will spawn in with some guards, and the player must kill this boss to complete the mission. For the Defend mission, it begins with a 1-minute timer when the player goes down the elevator to get set up, and with the help of some friendly AI who are wandering around inside, the first of 3 waves of enemies will spawn in, and the player needs to eliminate them. Once done, another minute timer will kick in to allow you to get prepared for the second wave, and then that will come and rinse repeat till wave 3. Once you have killed everyone in wave 3, the mission is complete and the player will receive bonuses based on the amount of friendly AI that are still alive. And so the final underground facility mission is called Collect, in which the player needs to enter the underground facility, locate and extract 3 boxes based on reference numbers which are provided in the contracts manager, and there will be a lot of other boxes with random numbers within the underground facility where the player must sift through them to find the correct boxes, which I do like the sound of. Rather than just giving you an instant location for these, you've got to find them. During this though, enemy AI will spawn in, which the player will need to deal with in order to get the boxes out, loaded into their ship, and then delivered to a drop-off point. Hopefully that could be a little bit more stealthy and you may not need to engage any enemy. So some pretty simple missions there, but very cool sounding missions for us to take part in, and I am very much looking forward to running these with the org, but doing these missions while having to ensure that you have the right equipment in the inventory that you need, because if you don't bring it, you won't have it, but also the new health mechanics, making sure that you or your friends are not injured and bringing them back to life and so forth. Of course though, a lot of how these missions play out will likely depend heavily on the health of the server and how the AI are behaving, but each one will be interesting in its own way and be unlocked via the reputation app as well, so giving us a new vein to pursue, and I do look forward to trying them out, in particular with my org. So some other gameplay features introduced with this build include the new medical beacons. Now this is a service beacon that can be triggered when the player is in a down state by holding the M key. This will send out a revive beacon for 10,000 UEC or Alpha UEC for someone to come and help get you back on your feet. And the beacon does show how far the downed player is from your position, so you can decide whether you want to travel that distance to help them. Really excited about this one. I can see myself and my org's medical division just running these medical ambulance services, rescuing players. We will certainly need to tread carefully with doing so because we need to know about more of the lore and reputation system, but it is great to have these medical missions. I absolutely love it. So for this build, there was another 2 client and 2 server crashes fixed, but finally the most recent build, Alpha 315J, has some new features as well. Firstly, they have updated the scoreboards in Arena Commander to building blocks, and they have updated the Broken Moon map. That is now in for the Evocati. But for gameplay, it says that they have greatly increased the commodity refresh rates in the PU, which apparently was also hotfixed into the live build. So hopefully even in 3.14, trading is somewhat in a better state. But for 3.15, it could be even more viable. I do need to investigate this further, and if you have been playing 3.14 and you've noticed a difference, do let me know. I don't know if this is more just on the high end of when you've got a big capital behind you and you can fill up your big ships with commodities and make profit there, or if it even works on the low end because it was more about the money that can be made. But it'll be interesting to see if 3.14's trading is now fixed going forwards for 3.15. Also, for the 3.15J patch, they have performed another inventory polish pass by updating the filter style and location. They have updated the mouse over tooltips location to be adjacent to the inventory screen, which is when you hover over something and it tells you about that item that you're hovering over. And they've added new inventory icons. Plus, they have fixed 6 client crashes and 2 server crashes. So quite the rollout of patches, lots of improvements and new gameplay, and with CitizenCon happening tomorrow, I do wonder if the 3.15 build is in a place now where it can release to a wider PTU audience. I do suspect CIG would obviously want to release it to the best wave they possibly could, be that open, live, or just maybe wave 1, but they will certainly hold on to it if it isn't ready. So it's just really dependable on how solid this build is. But with that said, hopefully we see some more patches over the weekend, but that is all of the latest patch notes and news. And if you do enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and helping the channel to grow. Also, we will be talking more about 3.15, CitizenCon, everything Star Citizen over at twitch.tv/supermacbrothers, having some great conversations over there with you guys. Do follow the link in the description if you want to hang out with us all. You are all more than welcome. Hit the like button if you don't mind, it does do the channel a big favour, and if you would like to be notified when my videos go live, just tick that little notification bell. Again, thank you to my patrons and channel members for all of your support. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.